Enter the math book Power Tower. In this video, we're going to be looking at tons of math books. So here I have a Power Tower of mathematics books, and we're going to go through all of these and just briefly talk about what the subject is, what the book is, should you get the book, is it a good book, is it a bad book? And I guess the thing is, all of these books are good. So none of these books are actually bad books. Starting with the top of the tower, this is a super famous book by the legendary Gilbert Strang, Linear Algebra and its Applications. So Professor Strang has videos on MIT's website and on YouTube. I believe it's through OpenCourseWare. And this book is awesome for many, many reasons. I can spend 20 minutes talking about this book, but let me just show you probably one of the best things about this book. This is, I think, the best thing about this book. It has answers, okay? So there's other really, really good things, like the exercises are great, it reads really well, has really good explanations, it's not expensive to buy. I'll try to leave a link in the description. But Strang gives answers, I think, to almost all of the exercises in the back of the book. This is extremely rare for a linear algebra book. Again, the book is Linear Algebra and its Applications by Gilbert Strang. Let's keep looking at this awesome Power Tower. An old classic on topology. This is probably one of, if not the first topology book I ever purchased. I've had this book for years. This is Introduction to Topology by Mendelssohn. Let me show you the inside cover. There's something really cool about this copy. It's a great book, but honestly, this is the best part. Owned and Cherished, in that order, by N. Lincoln, Fall 69. 1969, I wonder where this guy is, right? I guess N is maybe Nathan, I'm not really sure. Maybe it's a girl, Natalie, I don't know. But 1969 was a long time ago, so this person, N. Lincoln, probably used this book for a topology course in 1969, like just the history. Oh, and the smell, I just gotta smell it, 1 second. Ah, smells so good. I mean, just the pages, the yellowing. It's a true classic. And this is still, I think this might still be in print. I'll look on Amazon and I'll leave a link so you can read the reviews. But I think this book is still being printed today. I'm not sure. Introduction to Topology by Mendelssohn. This is probably the most expensive book I own. I'm pretty sure I got this for less than $10 several years ago. This is Advanced Calculus by Woods. This is worth several $100s. And I believe the reason is because Richard Feynman said that he used this book to teach himself some calculus. And so it made this book worth a lot of money because of, you know, Richard Feynman being who he is. So this is the book that apparently he used to learn calculus. And this is actually a really good book, and I think you can get it online for free. I did a review of this book before, and someone in the comments said that they found it online and it was free. So I think it's gotten to that point where like maybe it's so old that like you can like legally get a copy maybe. I'm not sure. But in any case, this is a really rigorous book, and it's a really well-written book. It's a math book. This is a really hardcore book. So there it is, Advanced Calculus by Woods. This is a really old book written by a member of the Bourbaki. This was written by Henry Cartan. Cartan died several years ago. He lived to be over 100 years old. He was French. And this is a translation, and this is really cool. Let me open it so you see this. It has this guy's signature, so I actually Googled him right before making this video. It sounds really stockish, and I sent him a message. I'm pretty sure this guy has a PhD in mathematics, and he's retired, so this is the book that he used maybe for his course. I'm trying to find out, because that's pretty cool, you know, like to take a course and like use a book like this one. I'm pretty sure no one uses this book anymore. Look at the title, Elementary Theory of Analytic Functions of One or Several Complex Variables. So it's an old school classic, Henry Cartan, University of Paris. The book starts right away like talking about like, you know, complex numbers and power series, and it like assumes you know a lot of math. Like right away, the first sentence, let K be a commutative field. Super hardcore, right? So you don't see books like this. That's why I say like it's probably not used a lot in colleges and universities, but nevertheless, it is a classic. It is the Cartan book on complex analysis. Complex Analysis, an introduction to the theory of analytic functions of one complex variable by Lars Alfors, professor of mathematics, Harvard University. This is from 1953. This is considered a classic in the field of complex analysis. If you've heard of Principles of Mathematical Analysis by Walter Rudin, this is like the complex analysis version. Alfors was like, he's like the Rudin of complex analysis, I guess. Highly respected book, very, very rigorous book, really, really well done. I do think it's a little bit easier to read than Rudin's book. So if you've picked up Rudin's book and you were kind of put off by it, I kind of like this book better. So again, this is Complex Analysis by Alfors. This next book is really special to me because I really love the author. It's written by Serge Lang, and the book is called Algebraic Structures. And this is a really small book. Let me show you how thin it is. Really, really tiny little book. But it has a lot of cool abstract algebra knowledge. Let's take a brief look at the table of contents so you see how much this little book actually contains. I'm going to go quickly here, but he starts with the integers, then he goes on to groups, and the cool thing is right after groups he goes on to rings, and then polynomials. And I think this is really, really cool. Then he goes into vector spaces and modules, and then field theory, and then he talks about the real and complex number systems, and some more specialized things with sets. So this little book contains tons of information for a small book, and it gives you a lot of breadth because it covers a lot for such a small book. I have abstract algebra books that are way bigger than this one, and they don't contain, as much information. So great book. Again, it's Algebraic Structures by Serge Lang. This is one of the few great books on probability. It's called A First Course in Probability by Sheldon Ross. And this is a great book. You can learn a lot of probability theory from this book. Let's briefly take a look at the table of contents so you see what kind of stuff is in this book. It starts off with combinatorial analysis, axioms of probability, so it's very rigorous, conditional probability and independence, random variables, continuous random variables. Then he talks about jointly distributed random variables, expectation, and limit theorems. And then Ross finishes with some additional topics in probability. So you can read most of this book without knowing any calculus, but you will get to a point where you do need calculus. So in theory, you do need calculus to read everything in this book. But for the most part, you can get through a lot of it without it. So it's a higher level book on probability. So if you really, really want to learn probability, I think this is a really good choice for you. The next book on our tower is An Introduction to Applied Mathematics by Jaeger and Starfield. This is an applied math book. It's one of those big, thick applied math books. My biggest complaint with this book is that it's paperback. But this book contains tons of information, all kinds of stuff on differential equations and matrices. I mean, there's just so much knowledge in this book. And that's typical of applied math books. This is a good choice because you can probably get it for a few dollars if you do some research. I'll leave an Amazon link in the description so you can read the reviews. This is one of the most famous algebra books ever written. This is Topics in Algebra by Herstein. This is just a legendary book. Herstein was an amazing teacher, an amazing mathematician, and an amazing author. I can't say enough good things about this book. If you're into abstract algebra, I highly recommend picking up a used copy of this book. Try not to overpay. I'll leave a link in the description so you can check out the reviews, but this is a classic. This is one of those books that is considered a classic in the field of abstract algebra. Again, it's Topics in Algebra by Herstein. Again, I tried to include mostly classic books, or at least books that are considered very good. This is another classic. This is Functions of Several Variables, and this is the book by Fleming. This is a multivariable calculus book, so this is the kind of book that you would get if you really, really, really want to learn like multivariable calculus. It's a legendary book, and the whole book is on functions of several variables. So it's not just like you have a couple sections on that. It's like the entire book is on multivariable calculus. This is a super famous classic on linear algebra. This is Finite Dimensional Vector Spaces by Paul Halmos. I'm a really big fan of Paul Halmos. He's got a lot of good books. He has all these really good internet quotes too. I like the guy, and I really wish I would have had the opportunity to just like meet him or something. That would have been great. But he passed away several years ago. Anyways, this is his linear algebra book, and it's a really good book on linear algebra. It reads really well. It's a solid choice. It is considered one of the classics, and that's why I included it in the Power Tower. So, good stuff. This is a beautiful book. I got this copy brand new on Amazon several years ago. I have babied it. It looks new, but believe me, I have read a lot of this book, and I have used it extensively. Because it's new, and because I bought it new and I paid so much, I tried to, like, baby the book as I used it. I used this book to teach myself field theory because I didn't know any field theory. And the reason that this book was better than the other algebra books I have is because it starts with all of the preliminary stuff for field theory, and it covers it in a really organized fashion. So out of all of the abstract algebra books I own, this is the one that was the easiest for me to read, especially because it included all of the stuff on polynomials. It's kind of creepy that I just opened the book and I was talking about polynomials. Anyways, the Beachy and Blair book is an awesome book for beginners in abstract algebra. And again, I mainly use this for field theory and also some stuff with groups. I threw this one into the Power Tower. This is Papa Rudin. This is Real and Complex Analysis by Walter Rudin. This is a graduate level book. This is not for the faint of heart. This is a serious math book, okay? This is really, really hardcore. Really, really tough stuff, Can you buy this book and can you read it? You can try. I mean, it doesn't hurt to get a copy, especially if you can get it inexpensively. So it talks about measure theory and a bunch of other really, really advanced things. Another book on real analysis, just like the Rudin book. This is the one by Royden. This one is a little bit easier to read, in my opinion. It's also less expensive. You can probably get a used copy cheaper if you do some research. But I like this book, the one by Royden. Excellent book, excellent choice for real analysis. So those are the books in the Power Tower. Again, I tried to include books that are either really good or considered classics or both. If you have any questions about these books or any suggestions for people, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Good luck, take care, and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Until next time, take care.